So, welcome to Grim Dawn Theorycrafting. Because I now have one character up to level 35 in veteran mode, I'm pretty sure that makes me an expert in this game. So, I hope that everybody realizes that that's a joke, of course. But the thing that absolutely really impresses me about this game is all of the theory crafting that you can do. So I've started kind of just testing out a couple of different ideas, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do one of these and actually record it, because it might be kind of interesting, and if nobody watches, then I'll know that it's really not very interesting. But anyway, this is kind of the way that my mind operates, is I'll play one character for a little bit, and then I'll think about some ideas for some other characters. Sometimes it might be a drop that I get that looks pretty good, and I think, well, I want to make a character that can use that. But other times it's just, you know, conceptual type things. I kind of like the idea of certain things. And so what I did was I went out and I just looked up what the different mix and matching classes add up to. And I decided that what I want to test out here is I already don't remember what it's called, Blademaster, I think, which is a mix between the soldier and the, I can't pull it up yet, the knife something, I don't remember. You all know better than I do. Anyway, that I'll figure it out when I actually get a level. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this. One thing that I figured out is if you zoom up the whole way, you see this note right here, and you can actually grab it from there. I actually found that out by accident. So that's worth a little bit of experience right off the bat. And then we, of course, need to just kill a couple of these guys. You're a little bit tricky. I'll let this guy help shoot you down. Okay. Let's go ahead and... So I've now messed around with, I don't know, 4 or 5 different characters. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to focus on one-handers. So anything that we pick up that's a one-hander is fine with me. I'll go ahead and change the loot filter here shortly, but not until I actually pick up a few more pieces of gear to just cover up these empty slots that we've got. So okay, it's called a Nightblade. All right, so we want to do soldier and Nightblade, and the question is which one to start with. So if we look at soldier here, I think I want to go, I really like, this is what appeals to me about these. I'm going to undo this class for a second, go back to Nightblade here. What appeals to me is I like the synergies based on default weapon attacks. So I don't know whether, you know, this works in the long run in the end game or not, but I like the idea of it, so I just want to muck about and try some things out. So I'm going to actually, I think, start, because these guys, the Nightblades don't get any special ability that counts as a default weapon attack as far as I can see. So I'm actually going to start with soldier, but then at 10 I'll go ahead and dual class into the Nightblade here. And for soldier, what we can use is this cadence here. So this cadence will allow us to, this will be a replacement then for the default weapon attack. This Markovian's Advantage is something that I will want to get in time, but because it's only at 12%, for now I kind of feel like that might be a little bit of a waste of a skill point this early in the game. So I'm actually going to bump up the cadence quite a bit higher before I start taking some other things here. So that's the theory anyway. I'm going to try it out. I have no idea if it'll work or not. But hey, that's what this is all about, is just theory crafting. So let's go. Oh, you know what I need to do here? This is kind of dumb. Let me get out of there. Switch to that. Okay, yeah, I want to actually use the cadence now that I've taken it. Okay. We got a shield here. We'll go ahead and use the shield until we get a second weapon. Oh, never mind. We can't use the second weapon. We'll use the shield until level 10. because we can't use a second weapon until we take that Nightblade ability. See, I've been doing a little bit of studying. I gave this a little bit of thought before deciding to create a whole new character. And absolutely, I'm not giving up on Sequoia. What actually I've had to spend a couple of days looking into Last Epoch. I made a video about what I'm hoping happens in the launch, and I do plan to mess around some with Last Epoch as well. I think it sounds promising, some of the improvements that they are making for the launch of 1.0, but while waiting for that, I wanted to muck about it a little bit with Grim Dawn here. Is this any better? This is, yeah, acid poison doesn't do anything, but the physical resistance is a little bit better. The physique it's probably a wash, quite frankly. Anyway, so as I was saying, I'm definitely going to mess around some with Last Epoch, but to kind of kill a little bit of time, I decided to mess around a little bit with Grim Dawn, and just immediately sucked me back in. There's so many things I want to try in this game. So I'm going to be playing both. And poor old Path of Exile, which was, you know, one of my favorite games before I started playing this one. And I still love Path of Exile, but it's just sort of, it's not the new shiny thing for me right now. The new shiny thing are these other games, and so I'm spending more time on them. Let me go ahead and do this. Let's say I'm probably going to want a little bit into cunning. I'm going to start out putting a few points into each physique and cunning, but as many of you have told me before, it's not a good idea to keep splitting points up, so I'll go almost strictly physique after the initial little bit. This is good. This is lose a little bit of movement speed, but we gain physical damage, internal trauma damage, and health. I think that's a good trade-off. Okay. All right, so I'm kind of excited about getting into the theory crafting bit here. And incidentally, I'm well aware that there are lots of guides out there. There are lots of experts out there that could tell me exactly what I'm doing wrong, because I know I will be doing lots of things wrong. But kind of, you know, I don't mind advice, but I don't want to follow a build guide. I don't mind being told. To me, there's a difference between like a comment telling me to try something different, or, you know, something that's an obvious mistake, as opposed to just taking all of the thought out of the process entirely by following somebody else's guide. Let's go ahead and run up here. I know that there's a two-hander that you can get in a house. As far as I can tell, it drops every time. But I don't want to muck about with the two-handers. I want to stick to, even here in the very beginning, even with the leveling, I want to stick with this is it right there, Hevel's Greatsword. So I don't want to use it. It's better, but I'm not going to use it because these early levels for me, considering my still relative lack of experience in the game, these early levels are an opportunity for me to learn the build. To build up the muscle memory of how to play them, to do a little testing on what works and what doesn't. So these are valuable levels while the game is still not super dangerous. Okay, so yeah, because I have a feeling a lot of people are going to be like, what the heck are you doing leveling using cadence, because it's a single enemy attack? But that's okay. I have the patience to plow through single enemies one at a time, and I think I could safely say it will help with the boss fights. where you really need to focus on the single target. Yes, I know something is attacking me. I'm checking out that belt. Okay. Alright, so I'm a little bit more concerned about the single enemy fights, the boss fights, than I am about the fact that it's going to take me ever so slightly longer to work my way through the large groups of mobs, because I don't think there's really going to be that many large groups of mobs in the early part of the game anyway. The toughest one is that I can think of is going to be at the first boss fight. Or at least the boss in the cave. I don't know if he's considered the first boss fight or not. Okay, and I'm obviously not paying much attention to my tactics here. I'm just face tanking everything because I think I can afford to do that at this point. Probably developing bad habits in the process, but hey. I'm thinking about other things rather than the zombie right in front of me, if that makes any sense. A little bit of a level up. Okay, let's go ahead and get this. Pants of Frostbite and some foot pads. Okay, so foot pads of Ruin, foot pads of Readiness. I think we want to keep the Ruin. So this steel helm is something I'd like to be able to wear, but let's go ahead and keep splitting up for the first few levels here. Let's, yeah, I can wear these. Really gives me very little benefit, but it's at least more armor. Okay. Good enough for now. Let's go ahead and just keep, I think maybe I'll do 1, 2, like that. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up taking this or not. Oh, never mind, I won't, because it requires a two-handed melee weapon. So, that was an easy decision. Okay. Alright, so... thought he was moving there for a second. Oh yeah, so, like, this guy right here, is this guy, Barag here, is he considered a boss? I have no idea. He's a skull. He's clearly tougher than just about everything else. But we're taking him down pretty good. He's not causing too much trouble here. And he's dropping this, this nice weapon here, which is clearly better than what we were using. Let's go ahead and drop that. Mighty leather boots. Yeah, I'm still assuming that I'm... Wait a minute, what kind of damage does this do? Bleeding damage, crit damage, physical damage. Okay, that's what we want. Physical and bleeding, I think. So... We'll continue with the... Well, no, these boots are more armor. I'm going to switch to them just because they're more armor. Here we go. And you... Yes, you are more armor, but you're not enough more armor to really be worth worrying about. Let's go ahead and head over here. I'm learning the basic layout here of the starting area, but I can't really say that I'm a pro at it yet. I have kind of a vague idea where things are, but I haven't figured out like any kind of an efficient path to take, which is fine, quite frankly, as far as I'm concerned. I don't really care too much about efficiency. Otherwise, I wouldn't have taken Cadence. Okay, so... Yeah, I still can't wear that helmet either. Alright. Probably just for the physique alone, it's going to be worth putting a few points into the mastery line. This down here. rather than just putting all the points into cadence. Okay, how we doing here? I think there's a house over here that I need to get to rescue a person. I think he's always in the same place. Kill a few bugs on the way. So anyway, one thing that I like about this game, not just the build craft in it, the theory crafting, but the fact that it's pretty easy to respec. So I feel like if I find out that something is just flat out not working along the way, I can change it, which is not something that can be done with Path of Exile. If anything, with there's lots of things I like about Path of Exile, but one of the things that if I could change, I would. It's that, yeah, that's obviously the guy I was thinking of. It's that, it's a little bit restrictive when it comes to respecking, which basically means you kind of have to know going into it what your character build is going to be. Instead of, I mean, if you know the game fairly well, you can build, you know, as you go, but it's just going to be suboptimal, you know. It's and there's nothing necessarily wrong with suboptimal, except that in that game you do hit a point where it's just hard to keep progressing with a suboptimal build. And then there's, of course, the real experts. I guess we call them tryhards in the parlance of our time. That you know, they've got the spreadsheets calculated. They're using the Path of Exile tools to figure out what exactly is the ultimate DPS output with just enough damage mitigation to get there for the end game. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a little bit less appealing to me. I don't want the hard work to be all done before I even start playing. Okay. I should probably stop killing things long enough to actually apply the skill points that I got from leveling. So let me do that here in a moment, okay? Let's go ahead and do back to a little bit more cunning. I think that'll be all the cunning I'm going to do for the time being. We'll do one. We'll do... Oh my goodness, I'm going to have to fix that. I put 2 points into force wave, not paying any attention. Yeah, I meant to put that into cadence. All right, well, there you go. There's an example of my expertise in action. Yeah, this kind of video is going to appeal to almost nobody, I presume, but there might be some people who get a kick out of it. If it gets basically no views, then I'll probably stop recording my my theory crafting videos or my theory crafting ideas, and I'll just, you know, do them offline. It's not really a big deal. But the fact that this game is still alive and kicking 10 years or more after it came out, first of all, it's just really kind of surprising to me that I'd never even heard of it until fairly recently. Let's take a look at this. We can't use it, so never mind. Not a big deal. Okay, before I go in this cave, I think it's going to be worth my time because that boss in there is not super easy. He surrounds himself with zombies that you cannot just ignore. So, yeah, before I go in there, I'm going to fix my... what am I doing here? I'm going to fix my build and also clear out a little bit of inventory space here. So let's talk to you first. Let's just get rid of everything here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, no, I don't want to sell that. Give me that back. Both of those. Sell all of that stuff. And the shield... Yeah, that's fine. Let's go ahead and resort that. That's fine. Okay. And, oh, I can't respec. Alright. I can't get inside the town to do the respecking yet, of course. Alright. It is what it is. We'll do the best we can. So, I'm not sure if I finished that thought or not, but the fact that the game is still alive and kicking after so much time, I think is a testament to exactly what I'm doing right now, which is the theory crafting, the build craft, the getting an idea, and the game being very friendly in terms of allowing you to try it out. Okay, so these green guys, I think I want to kill them. The regular zombies, I can afford to take a few hits on from them, but yeah, they're already starting to cause me some problems here. Okay, don't want to get hit by that. Let's go ahead and put you on. What did I just pick up? Is this better? It is. I think. Tiny little bit better. 5% spirit. Actually, it's not really any better at all, is it? Alright, let's see. Okay, you. Need to kill you. Need to kill you. Need to kill you. Everybody else I can ignore for a minute. Okay, we got another green guy down here. Alright, everybody come down here so I can jump past you all and get back up here. Ah, dagnabbit, there's just so many green ones here. Obviously, there's another option here, which is to just do this on normal. I found out from about 5 minutes of messing around on normal that I hate normal. It's just boring. I realize it's more efficient. Okay, this is... I'm not really making any progress right now, so what I gotta do, I think, is lead some of them over here so they're not all around me. Let's go ahead and get in, destroy you. Let's destroy these things. Destroy you. Alright, we're back to the same problem that we had before. We'll get there eventually. Doing as much damage to him as I can before I run away. Okay. At least I can start to clear out some of you guys now. Yeah, I'm kind of curious how the good players do this fight, because obviously some builds are better than others in the early going, but for the builds that are... There we go. The builds that are not really optimal for a situation like that do... I wonder if there's some trick to fighting him. Okay, alright, so what do we got? Skull of Scorching. Is this... Well, we can't use it anyway, so never mind. This... Can't use it. This... Can't use it. And it's a blunderbuss anyway, so we don't want to use it. Alrighty, so... Let's get up here. Let's do our... Destruction of... There we go, that's nice. Let's kill these glass cannon guys first. They're just called corruption, okay. Tarnish cleaver, I'm pretty sure that's, yeah, it's not going to be better than what we're using. Let's go ahead and do the shrine here. Some gauntlets, that's good. And a helm that we can actually wear. Okay, very nice. A little bit of defensive ability, I won't say no to that. One more cunning. Now that's it for the cunning for now. Okay, and then 1 point, 2 points. Oh, missed something up here. There we go. We'll take those leather shoulders. Now we have almost everything, but I think that's enough where I can go ahead and turn this off, turn that on. We don't want two-handed melee. We don't want any range, daggers or scepters, caster offhands. I'm not going to turn off the shield just yet. I'll turn it off once we get to the point where we can dual wield. I think we'll go ahead and take all of these. Maybe crit, I don't know. I suppose it's conceivable that we might mess around a little bit with crit damage. Probably not. I don't really have any idea how to build a good quality crit build. It's something I will learn in time, but sounds like it might be, to make an effective crit-based build, you probably have to have a lot more knowledge of this game than I currently do. But I'm pretty sure for like right now we're basically doing bleeding and physical. Yeah, okay. Alright, is the shield any better? It blocks a little bit more, but has a lower chance to do it, but it does give me some physique and offensive ability. I think I'll use it. I think for the time being, I'm more interested in the offense than I am on the defense. That gives me 13 points of health regen, which strikes me as quite a lot for the very low levels. Okay. Not real powerful with just using cadence right now. I feel like I have messed around with cadence before on another soldier character that I created. I feel like cadence does get better, but I was also using mainly a two-hander, and maybe that's the big difference. But once we're dual wielding, it'll feel a lot better, I think. Let's go ahead and head back to town.
The dead attack a creature. I need some time.
You are welcome. Happy to do it. This is gonna be a little bit less of a story-focused thing. Video. Normally, I pay a lot of attention to story. But having already done that with one character, and considering that this is really more of an experiment than a serious playthrough, I don't plan to spend a whole lot of time on that. Okay, so we have 4 out of 5. Let's go ahead and sell all of this. 4 out of 5 pieces of scrap. I think, does this guy give me scrap? He does. He gives me a piece of scrap. So we now have all 5. I thought I remembered that. Okay, and then now we can respec.
Greetings, child. I am...
Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of those 2 points, and I think that's all I need to do. We're at 7 right now. Let's go ahead and... Do I want to do this? This is physical converted to elemental. I don't really see any reason for it, quite frankly. I think I want to just keep bumping up regular old cadence for now until we get to here. Fighting form, that'll be good. There are some more defensive buff type abilities in Soldier Line that I want to get as well, but we'll get there soon enough. For now, I'm more worried about just dishing out the damage.
Did you get the scrap? Perfect. Well, since I'm this
As far as damage mitigation, I could always actually start playing a little smarter in terms of trying to avoid attacks, which is clearly not something I've been paying any attention to so far. Yeah, that's really the problem with normal for me, is at least with this I'm paying some attention to the fighting. I'm watching my health. I'm occasionally dodging if I feel like I need to, which I do until I get my tonic of mending back. Okay. Yeah, see, this fight's a little bit tougher than I was expecting. I think maybe kind of killing these things in the wrong order. Yeah, so this is an example of exactly the kind of fight I'm talking about. I have to pay enough attention to combat on veteran that it makes it interesting, whereas normal is just super boring. I know what I need. I need a movement ability. I think it's Blitz is the soldier movement ability. Okay. After having done this little area down here 3 or 4 times, I feel like I kind of know the routine for this little dungeon. No point in going down in there, I suppose, but I feel like sometimes there's stuff in there. Okay, I need to focus on these flamethrowers first. They are by far the more dangerous enemy here. Now I can work my way through the rest of you guys. Okay, so I'm glad I had that little scare against the giant rats a minute ago, because this is really what the Theorycrafting is all about, is testing out weaknesses. And I do need to, and this is one thing I learned from playing Sequoia Squall, the Druid, is that you really have to pay a lot of attention to your defenses. Defense will definitely, or I should say, you can kind of get yourself in trouble if you're cruising through things too easily, and then all of a sudden you hit a large group of enemies or something like that. They can just overwhelm your defenses all at once, and that's really what you got to be prepared for, is the overwhelming numbers. It's not good enough to be able to handle most situations. You basically have to be able to handle the really tough situations. Okay, let's go ahead and... Okay, that was a mistake to come in here. Now I'm very vulnerable to those guys. Let's take them out first. The nice thing about Cadence is I know that every third hit will basically kill something. There we go. And so as long as I'm killing the right things, then you can make slow but steady progress that way. Like right now, I'm not attacking the right thing. Don't attack the guy with all the armor, Michael. It's kind of dumb. There we go. Take out the low armor things first. Okay, looks like nothing left in here. There we go. Anything in here? No? Alright. Pretty close to leveling again. These spiders can be problematic. I've learned that. You get too many of them on you at once, particularly those guys who like to stand back and spit. Okay, I think these are these last two, and then I can... Oh, last three, excuse me. There we go. Alright, let me back up here for just a second. Let me go into here. We've got... Oh, 2 available points. Did I not apply any of my my skill ups? No, I did for the skills, just not for the attributes. Okay, so where is it? Blitz right there. I need 4 points for that. So let's go ahead and do 2 here and 1 here. Okay, we'll be able to get Blitz next time. Quilted coat. It's more armor. Definitely. Physical damage retaliation, that can be useful. Not so much against things that spit poison at you, or spit venom, I guess I should say. They are not so much poisonous as they are venomous. Important distinction, okay. There we go. Which is actually kind of curious because, of course, the game labels it as poison, but it's not really poison. It's venom. Just in case anybody doesn't understand what the heck I'm saying. Poison is something that you imbibe. Venom is something that is forced into your system through fangs or a stinger or things like that. So you don't want to drink poison, and you don't want to allow venomous animals to inject their venom into you. Okay, I'm taking a lot of damage there. Ironically, I'm talking about venom as I almost died from it. Okay, there we go. Finally. Finally, okay. So yeah, I can understand why Cadence might not be the best choice for leveling. Alright, this... Do I want to give up the health regeneration for the pierce damage? I don't think I do, honestly. It was more armor, but even so. Do I have... I still don't have any gloves? Alright, well I'll keep accepting yellows then until I get some gloves. Alright. I kind of dig this dungeon. I don't know why it is. Maybe it's because it's like the first real dungeon that I encountered in this game, but it's just, I don't know, just like it. Okay. I could have sworn some... Oh, by the way, in case anybody's curious, because they're used to watching my Sequoia Squall videos, I downloaded a mod that makes the graphics a bit sharper, and the colors a bit more saturated, I guess. Guess that's how you would describe that. I kind of dig it. It's just feels a little bit richer. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out some AoE here soon. However, what I said earlier does hold true. I don't really worry too much about it. Takes longer, but I don't really worry about the big groups of mobs. I don't really care that it takes me a little bit longer. What I care about is this guy that we're going to be encountering up here in a minute and being able to kill him. Okay, fighting form. I think that's going to be one that we will be using. Is that up here somewhere? Fighting form. Fighting form. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Yeah, and this is good. So this is a little bit of AoE. Not a ton. But right now at this point, anything is better than the single target damage that we're doing. Okay, it looks like we're getting pretty close to leveling again. We might conceivably get another level before we have to fight this bad guy. If I fight everything else first before I get to him. Okay. Kill you first for sure. Looks like... Yeah, they're not really doing that much damage to me, even when they get me surrounded like that. I'm pretty much able to just use the tonics of mending to keep myself standing. Is that something I could click on? Nope, nothing. Okay. I think that was 2 cadences in a row where I whiffed on the big attack. Alright, how are we doing here? I don't know, it's going to be close. What about you guys? I think this might push us over the top here, hopefully. One more, maybe? Nope, not quite enough. There we go. You guys will do it. There we go. Pay attention to your health there, Michael. Okay, there we go. Good. Now, we can go ahead and do some physique. We can... I don't think this is going to be better. Aether resistance. I don't know that anything's going to be doing aether damage to us right now. It's a little bit more armor, but I think just the regular old defensive ability right now is probably better. Let's go ahead and take a look here. We want this, and Blitz. I'm going to put this on Q. Okay. Now this boss fight, yeah, I dig that. Yeah, that Blitz is pretty good stuff. This boss fight is going to be tedious, but he's not difficult to beat. I've realized there's just a pattern that you have to know, which I'm sure, you know, everybody knows that. What I want to do though is I want to get these extra mobs killed first. That was really brilliant of me. Go walking right into... There we go. Okay, now... Yes, just... Basically just dodge right through that. Over and over. This is going to take a couple of minutes, but it is what it is. I think maybe what I should do is actually save. There we go, yeah. Don't know if there's any advantage to hitting an enemy from behind. But if I save my blitz for jumping back in the fight after I dodge his spell attack there, his wave. Seems like a good plan. Oops, except I just screwed it up right there. Actually, no, I didn't. Looks like I can get one additional use of the blitz off between each time he does that. Villith the Corruptor. Up. He threw me off right there. Doesn't seem to be making a huge difference, though. There we go. Nice, alright, so we got a ring. It's our first ring, apparently. We'll take care of that shrine here in a minute. Just want to kill these guys first. Okay. Alright. Boom, got some green leather boots, very nice. Lightning damage, aether damage, does nothing for us. A little bit of spirit, a little bit of offensive ability, vitality resistance. Well, not the ideal boots for us, but I won't say no to it. And then let's go ahead and jump back to Devil's Crossing here. Turn in this quest. Everybody here will be so happy. They'll be very relieved that they decided not to kill me after all. But not half as much as relieved as I am. Okay, let's see here. We didn't pick up any scrap while we were down there. That's... I guess maybe it's not real surprising. I don't know. I thought scrap tended to drop from everywhere.
Good, you're back. One of my... You've proven you follow the road north.
Okay. How we doing here? We're not all that close to another level just yet. Let me go ahead and sort, except I want you to be over here now. I do like having this extra bag. It's pretty handy to be able to... I put the things that I want to hang on to for later here, and things that are just going to sell over here. Plus the components, because it's easy to transfer them from there, from that left side over to... I was going to say the bank. What's he called? Is he called the smuggler?
Not ready.
Won't say no to another Aether Crystal. Alright, what do we got? I hear something going on over here. Thought I did anyway.
Not ready.
Okay, this right here... I want to say this is yeah, this is dangerous. Okay, monsters infused with fire, dealing additional burn damage. Well, we'll try it, but I may end up having to run away. I don't know. Or actually doing a little bit better than I thought I would, quite frankly. Wow, okay, that was not too bad. There we go. That was a little bit worse. Okay, yeah, now I'm having to do a little bit more in the way of the dodging. Just got to whittle their numbers down a little bit here. Okay, now we're talking. Alright, did I get them all over here? Alright, now, am I ready to fight a boss? I am not ready to fight a boss plus all of these things. Let me see if I can kill some of them. Clear some of this stuff out first. This guy, in my experience, he does some serious damage. There we go, that's nice. He does some serious damage with his poison. Yeah, that's not good. Das ist nicht gut. Take care of the ad. All right. Dodge those if possible. Yeah, he's doing a lot of damage to me. That's not good. Not great. Okay, and then we got a totem down here to take care of as well. Okay, throw your thing at me so I can dodge it, please. There we go, that's one. You do it again. Okay, I didn't dodge it. And I might be standing in poisonous water. So that's a problem. Or acidic water or whatever it is. Toxic water. I'll go with that. Okay. Good, he missed me that time. Up. There we go. This is a good test of the, taking damage. This is a good test of the build, however. I feel like this is definitely a great way to kind of evaluate yourself here. Okay. Whoa, that was bad. I think I almost died there. Couple more exchanges and we should be okay. There we go. Nice. All right. Yeah. Wow. All right. That was pretty intense. So we have, let me just resort this. I don't like it like that. I don't like it like that. I like it like that. There we go. And I could go ahead and start using some components on some of these things, but even these greens, they're not really doing anything for us. I don't want to start wasting components on greens that I'm already looking to replace. Okay, and a slightly chewed buckler of thorns. This might be better. Almost. Oh, and we leveled. Okay, that's good. All right, so right as we got a shield that would actually be good for us, I'm also discovering I'm getting the skill point to be able to choose Nightblade. Boom. So we can now dual wield. This is a buff that we're going to want to take. And we're not going to use that. We want to keep using cadence. Okay, so this and this these are things that I want to start putting points into at some point here. This activates when taking damage. This is probably quite useful. And then we got some stuff down here as well. This requires a shield or two-handed melee weapon. That's unfortunate. I saw those 40 health regenerated per second and my eyes got wide. This is okay. This requires a shield. This requires a shield. This is good. This is one that we want, but we got to get up to 15 for it. Okay. Alright, I think because these are still low chances, I think I'm going to take this instead for now. Because I will definitely be taking damage lots, which means I will be activating that ability a lot. Okay, let's go ahead and come out. We're coming up on an hour here, so that might be a decent place to take a break. This would give me more DPS. Wait a minute now. Doesn't this allow me to dual wield melee weapons? It does. So I could dual wield this, right? Ooh, look at that. This Sinister Pusquel's Tale of Corrosion here. This gives me a bonus to several of my skills. I don't know what Nadala's Hidden Hand is. That sounds like it's maybe a Nightblade skill, but Balgothian Shears, I'm pretty sure that's up here, right? No, it's up here. There it is. Yeah, okay. What about... And there's Nadala's Hidden Hand. Okay, great. So yeah, that's definitely going to be something to work towards. I like it. Okay, so now... You know what? Let's go ahead and go full Blademaster mode here. And now we got we got a red weapon in one hand and a green weapon in the other. I think I'll go ahead and press on here until I get to the next rift. I'd like to see, now that I'm dual wielding, I'd like to see some greater damage output. There's a nice visceral sensation, though, a nice feedback that you get from swinging two weapons at once. Why don't you just stand in that acid a little longer there, Michael? Actually, I'm kind of doing it right now on purpose because I want to test out what the defense is like on this build, and he's actually, we're standing in there quite handsomely here. Look at that! I could just stand inside that toxic mess and fight and heal my way through it. Okay, so this is actually better for the offhand now. It does bleed. Yeah, we'll take the extra bleeding. Bleeding is good. This one, well, that does bleeding as well. I'm going to trust the tooltip. And for you, doesn't look any better to me. Let's see, did I miss anything in there? No. Let's go check. Let's go exploring down around the building down here. That's the cave that I just came out of. Okay, here we go. Ooh, hello. We got ourselves a hero here. Doesn't seem to be too much trouble. After the dangerous domain that we just went into, this is kind of a pushover. Look at that. Alright, so this helmet is better. Okay, defensive ability and reduced stun duration and more armor. Definitely take that. This belt, I think, it's going to be worth using this now. Pretty sure. I am getting a little bit better at evaluating magic items and making decisions right away instead of having to think about it for a really long time. Yeah, I'm digging the dual wielding. I don't know if it's more effective or not, but it has a more satisfying feel to it. Kind of like the Blitz does as well. Okay. What about these leggings here? These leggings are better. Oh, I got a bug there attacking me. All right. These leggings better. This is actually just realized. This is worth putting a component on because I'm going to be using this for a while. Piercing damage. I'm assuming though I'm still doing mainly physical, right? Yeah. So let's use a chipped claw on that. Boom. Very nice. See, I do learn eventually. I'm not always the fastest learner, but I get there in the long run. Okay. Let's, ooh. It's yellow, but it might still be better. It's more armor. It's more resistance. And the types of damage and the spirit buff that the other boots are giving me are completely unhelpful for this build. So let's do it. One of the rare times I will replace a green with a yellow. Now I do realize that you can't really judge a build at all at these very low levels. But this is one reason why I like to not level using one skill and then switch to a different one later on at mid game or end game or whatever. It's because I like to get a sense of just how it feels while you're playing it. Is it a fun build to play? Because that's really the most important thing. Ultimately, yes, you want to have a build that can take on the tougher content in the game. I get that, but at the same time, you don't want a build that can take on the tougher content, but it just, quite frankly, isn't all that fun to play. Do I need to go over this way? I need to find the rift. I don't remember exactly where that next rift is. But I suspect that following the road is going to get me there. So let's do that. Going to ignore those wasps for the time being. Going to run up here. I'll come back and explore those areas, but for now, kind of feel like I need to take a little bit of a break, so I'm just going to keep heading up this way until I get to the rift. Is this the one coming up? Is this the one where you have to fight to secure the rift? Oh, finally. That's good. That's good. All right. All right, I'm still not seeing it. I thought it was up here somewhere. Guess not. Well, when you're in a hurry, things... yeah, okay. Alright, well, I guess I'm going to keep going a little bit then, aren't I? That's fine. What's 5 more minutes in the greater scheme of things? Not a big deal. I'm getting sleepy, though.
Not ready.
Don't really want to explore everything. I just want to find the next rift. Okay, where are we at? I'm not so tired that I'm going to stop looting, however. Nope, okay. If I cut across here, I think this looks familiar. Yeah, I can see it up ahead. All right, very good. Very good. Finally, okay. And yes, this is the one where you have to fight. Ooh, took some damage there. I need to look up whether I can turn off the error message where I say that skill's not ready yet, because I'm going to be saying it a lot because I tend to spam my blitz a little bit here. Okay, alright, I think this is it. There we go. Nice. Alright, well, we'll come back and explore the rest of the map at another time, but as a first dipping the toe into this, what is this called again? Blademaster? This Blademaster, I enjoy it. It's fun. I like the dual wielding. Don't know yet how effective it's going to turn out to be, but I do like the idea of trying to synergize a whole bunch of these things that trigger on, I don't know what you call them, what the Grim Dawn term is, but all the things that trigger with default weapon attacks, plus the cadence, which is itself a default weapon attack replacer. So, and then Soldier gets lots of great buffs, although we're not using the shield, so we can't get them all, but there's some good stuff here. Good stuff. We just need more skill points, and then we need to figure out the best way to allocate them, and that'll take a little bit of experimentation. But anyway, if anybody is actually still watching at this point, my first question is why, but secondly, thank you, and feel free to maybe give some tips, but don't give me a big reveal. Don't say, oh, this is exactly how you want to build that Blademaster, because I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting on my own. But in any case, we'll get there. We'll figure it out as we go. A lot of trial and error. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.